5 days later, Clegg would be killed by German fire. With him, compassion and morbidity would never be far apart. But this footage also illustrates how the British slackened off the day after D-Day, a slackening of which the Germans would take full advantage. Although the German forces held back from the front, as von Rundstedt had ordered, were unable to reinforce their colleagues on the coasts, they now reacted. 2 armoured divisions, including the famous 12th Panzer Hitlerjugend SS, counterattacked on June the 7th, 8th and 9th, barring the road to Caen to the British and Canadians. They also set up their defences outside the city. This made the bombing raids on Caen itself ineffective. Although they did allow the German propaganda machine to show that its own soldiers were suffering the same fate as the city's inhabitants. The German army maintained control of the city, while for the first refugees, the approach of the liberators meant they had to leave. The German counterattack also isolated a number of Allied paratrooper divisions. Often dropping at imprecise locations, they had been unable to link up with their comrades advancing inland from the sea. Many were captured, but few seemed resigned to their fate. American airborne troops had lost over half their equipment and 1 in 5 of their men. All these men had paid dear for the honor of being the first to tread on French soil. But their over-wide dispersion at least managed to keep the Germans confused, making them believe that a far greater number of men had been dropped than in reality. It was the turn of the 81st Airborne to be laid to rest, before their comrades in arms paid them a final tribute. On June the 9th, the Americans captured the small town of Isigny, which was furiously bombarded to drive the Germans out for good. The German defense of Isigny had prevented Allied forces from Omaha from linking up with those from Utah and continuing together towards Cherbourg.